Well, good afternoon. It is a sunny day across Bournemouth and Poole. Welcome to the match Watchalong. This is Back of the Net. My name is Sam Davis. Today, a crunch game. It could be a rehearsal for the playoffs. It's AFC Bournemouth versus Brentford, and the match starts in less than 15 minutes. Jonathan Woodgate has made 4 changes. We'll bring in Jeff Hayward, who's on with me today, and we'll discuss those changes and get a bit of match opinion too. It should be a tasty one today at Dean Court. Throughout the show, you can get interactive on chat. And of course, if you want to, you can support us by sending a paid for super chat. We really appreciate it. What that means, it helps to pay for our subscriptions and it guarantees your message goes on screen as well. Dean Court is looking beautiful today, and I'm sure your watch-along setups do as well. Even take a selfie with you in your AFC Bournemouth kit. Tweet your pics to @AFCB podcast. We cannot wait to have them sent in. We'll get them on screen. And of course, the free-for-all follows at 2:30, where you can have your say as well. Take part. Just plug your headphones into your device and leave us your opinions on AFC Bournemouth versus Brentford. It is a huge game. Welcome. Hope you're doing all right. Jeff Hayward is going to be with me shortly. And, well, it looks to be a huge game. As I said, could it be a dress rehearsal for the playoff final? Now, heads up, today we're watching this through the satellite live on Sky. Previously, we've done it on Now TVs. Therefore, our reactions may come before you today. There's about a 10-second gap between when I'm talking to you and when it hits YouTube land. So if you're watching on a dish, yeah, there'll be a 10-second reaction. But if you're watching on Now TV, we may be ahead of you. So you may just want to pause it up. What we'll do is we'll put a clock on screen so you can sync it up to get our reactions as soon as the goals go in. Now, it's great to see people on chat already. Jeff Hayward is on his way. Don't you worry. Now, let's just think about this, right? We've done 7 watch-alongs here on Back of the Net that have been produced by Back of the Net. I've done it with Tom a few times, done it with Tiggs, done it with Jeff. We've got a 100% win record. Can we do it again today? We'll go through the teams very, very shortly, but it's nice to see some familiar names here, including Alfonso. Hope you're doing well. Dan Short, come on, Bournemouth. Chris Hubble, great to have your support as ever. He's wanting Bournemouth to do all the best. Hi all, said Cameron. Chris Hubble, afternoon again. Carl has got a bad feeling about this one. I really hope not. Daniel in Florida. What time is it where you are? It's early morning. You wake up early to watch this. Thank you very much. AFCB Germany, hello. If you're eating Doritos again, mate, judging by your watch-along setups for the last few occasions, I'm really worried about your diet. Come on, come on. We've also got Byron here in Australia who says, come on the cherries. Found my old Bournemouth jersey. Think it was from the promotion season with the gold trim JD on the sleeves. Byron, absolutely superb. He said it's a rare early game in Australia time. He said it's on beIN Sports, but it is the Sky Sports feed. And right, what else have we got? We've got Martin here. He said, girlfriend is out shopping. I'm sat in the car watching this. Martin, I love your dedication here. Absolutely superb. I'm pleased now to bring in the main man, the myth, the legend, that is Jeff Hayward. Jeff,
yeah, how are you? You all right, Sam?
Very good, very good. Pleased to see your face. And match day. What a beautiful day. Absolutely beautiful day outside, eh?
Yeah, it's beautiful. I've been playing a bit of five-a-side this morning. Got a bit of a suntan. Hope you can see that.
Yeah.
Sunburn, actually. So, yeah.
How did you get on this morning?
We had a last-minute dropout. So we were a 4 against a 5. Went 2 down early doors, but ground it out, came back. Superior quality and fitness finally showed. Pulled it back to 11-all by the end.
11-all. Wow. How long was the match?
It went on for about an hour and 15 because there was nobody coming after us. So we thought we'd play last goal wins, and we were all just too knackered to actually run anymore.
Absolutely sounds end to end. That's superb. Paul Kenwood comes in with a cheeky comment. Walking football, Jeff.
Walking football. Hang on a minute, Paul. That's a bit below the belt. I'll have you know there are a couple of lung bursting runs, a few shimmies, a few dummies. You know, still got it, Paul. Still got it.
Right then, Jeff, so it's time to go through the team news. You might have even been playing or just finishing playing whilst the teams were announced, but I can give them to you right now. And AFC Bournemouth today have made 4 changes.
Wow.
So, pretty crazy. Well, not so crazy, really, when you look at the injuries that we had. So, for instance, here we go. We've got Smith, who's come in for Stacey. It says Smith on screen. That's for Stacey. Rico in for Kelly. We've got Wilshere in for Pearson. And Stanislas in for Brooks. What's your early thoughts on that team that you can see in front of you there?
Rico's obvious because Kelly's injured, so that's a given. Smith and Stacey, I think he seems to be interchanging those two a little bit the last few games, maybe because Smith picked up a knock late towards the Norwich game. That's why he didn't start the other day. I'm happy they're both playing pretty decently at the moment, so either or is fine. Wilshere for Pirro, I mean that's good. Wilshere needs some game time if we're going to use him in the playoffs, and I think Pirro is also a vital player and will be vital in the playoffs. So I'm happy with that. Brooks was actually playing himself back into a bit of form. So is he on the bench, Sam, or is he completely out of the squad?
I think he's on the bench, but I will confirm that very, very shortly for you. I mean, it's certainly an interesting one, isn't it, Stan? Junior Stanislas, because I wonder why he did that. Actually, sorry, Brooks is not actually in the squad.
It's got to be.
No, he is.
He is. Okay, well, Junior, I think again he's probably all about game time for the playoffs. Junior's come on the last couple of games. He actually looked quite good when he came on. I thought against Millwall. If he'd have been a little bit more unselfish, I think we might have scored another goal or two in that game. There was one where he shot and he should have squared it to Sam, but he didn't. But he's looking decent, in decent touch, and he needs game time. So, I think the key thing about today's game, whoever's playing, is we've got to keep up that momentum. We've got to keep winning. Important, obviously, to get the record 8 straight wins today, which is on the line. And I think we've got to send out a message to Brentford that we're going to do them in the playoffs if we do play them.
Yeah, that's right. This could be a massive psychological boost if we could get a win against them. And let's not forget that when we played Brentford at the Brentford Community Stadium, we were in a pretty poor run of form, yet we outplayed them in the first 15. Yes, we did lose the game, but it wasn't one of our worst performances in a while. And now things are coming together. We got a bit of momentum, a bit of confidence, and look, let's be fair, Jeff. Based on their form and based on our form, we should be beating them today.
Do you know what? The way Brentford are playing reminds me of us, sort of November-ish time, where a lot of teams packed their defences against us. We didn't seem to have the creativity to break through or be sufficiently creative and imaginative with a lot of the ball. And I think that's where Brentford are struggling at the moment to score goals against those packed defences. They drew 0-0 with Millwall. I think they drew against Huddersfield as well. A lot of draws. However, they also have that potential, if you play an open game against them, to hurt you, because Ivan Toney's scored, more than 20 goals already this season. He's a proven goal scorer. If they can get the ball to him in the box, in space, he will score goals. So we're in a sort of curious game, really. Brentford, I think, will be a challenge for us that's a little bit different to other sides we've faced. We're not going to pack the defence, so it's going to be quite an open game. Will they have enough creativity? Will they get the ball to Toney to score goals? It could be a 3-3, could be a 4-3 today.
3-3 or 4-3. Loving that. I'll tell you what a generous super chat. So generous. £23.99 from Stu Cowan. Unbelievable. Good afternoon, Sam and team. He says, a token of appreciation and I still want a mug. I'm sure we can sort that for you, Stu. Cherries 3-2 win incoming. And what a super chat does, it guarantees that we see your message and we put it on screen, but also it helps to pay for the platform as well, because there's StreamYard, there's our pod platform provider, there's graphical software. And look at that. Look at that mug, Jeff. That's a thing of beauty, isn't it?
It is. This was the lucky mug that came out at half-time against Norwich, and I've been using it from the start of the game against Millwall, so hopefully it will do its magic today as well.
And can I ask, is it dishwasher safe?
Do you know? It is. Yes.
Only the top quality produce back of the net put out there. So, yes, Stu Cowan, thank you so much for your super chat. Honestly, really do appreciate it. Top man. So yeah, Brooksy is on the bench. As I said, I scrolled down and had a look, and yeah, interesting to put Stanislas there, but we've got someone to take set pieces. We haven't had a penalty in a while. If today's the game, Jeff, then we know who's going to be taking it, don't we? Should we have a look at Brentford?
I think we should.
Here we go then. So this is the Brentford lineup for today, and playing three at the back, Jeff. Wise?
Well, Millwall tried that against us, and it didn't work out that well. Maybe they're looking to flood the midfield, and try and stop us playing out to our front three. That might be what they're trying to do to nullify us. But Fosu Henry, wasn't he the guy who scored the winner against us back in December? I think he was, wasn't he?
Yeah. And of course, we've got Ivan Toney, who we know is always a threat. Scored a lot of his goals from the penalty spot. Scored a lot of goals for Brentford. But you got to say one thing, that your team doesn't necessarily need a 20 goal a season scorer, judging by the fact that Watford SARS scored 12. So they haven't particularly needed that guy. But Solanke, he scored in our last match at Millwall, and hopefully he can get on the score sheet again, because his confidence, you sense that he is a player that thrives on confidence.
And what was so pleasing about that Millwall game, and in fact, in that second half against Norwich as well, it's the combination play that's been so good for us. We're not playing as individuals as we were in that first half of the season. We've got some really nice 1-2s going on the edge of the box. And I think there's more to come, because even against Millwall, there were a number of times where that final ball, we just overhit it or underhit it. We scored 4 great goals. It could have been 6, quite honestly. Brooks hitting the post, Solanke missing a sitter, and that would not have flattered us. So I'm hoping for more of the same today, albeit a slightly different team. It'll be interesting to see if those link-ups still work. I think Rico's got a big game in him today, and Stanislas as well, because David Brooks was excellent. I think that was his best game against Millwall the other night.
Yeah, that's right. And, maybe it's a case of doing, 45 each. We don't know. So, Jeff, hopefully, if our stars are aligned, you're watching directly through a satellite dish through Sky, right?
Yeah, so they're just showing the team at the moment. Is that the same for you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, all good. And I'll let you know when it flashes off. And I'm sure we're going to be in sync. So that means that we're going to be ahead of a lot of people that are watching on Now TV. Now, there's the team at the bottom, but also at the bottom, I'm going to ask you to send out. Yeah, it's just changed to the Brentford side now. So send us your watch-along setups. Send us a photo of how you're watching us. We'd love to see, Jeff. We were rating some unbelievable living rooms last time, weren't we?
And snacks as well. I love a bag of Doritos on the corner. So yeah, let's see some more of that, please.
Yeah, absolutely.
Other brands are available.
Other brands are available. Superb. And also, we want you to get your predictions in now. It's about a minute or so before kickoff. Get your predictions in on the chat. Let us know what you think it's going to be, and we are sure to put them on screen very, very shortly. Jeff, on a beautiful day like today, it would be absolutely beautiful to be at Dean Court, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be so nice?
It certainly would. Sorry, I've just got another supporter join me.
Oh, who's this cherry? Let's look at this.
This is Libby Cherry.
Libby Hayward. And you know what? Not quite watching the screen yet. However,
but she's been watching a lot of the games on this winning run, so I'm pleased that she's decided to join me here. That's another good sign, I think. Hopefully
she'll be our good luck mascot for today. But Jeff, you know what that means? She's got to be on every single watch along if we get the result today.
I know. Real pressure.
Maybe that won't happen. We will see. We will see how it goes. So, what do you want to see us? For the first 10, 15 minutes, you want to see a fast start, right?
Yeah, I think that's what served us well against Millwall. We didn't have that against Watford and against Norwich. And I think that we were fortunate. The sending off got us back into the game. So let's have a fast start. Let's get stuck into them. Let's keep that momentum going, and I'll be happy with any win today, frankly.
Good. I always like to check that you can hear me all okay, Jeff, before we begin, because we'll be bringing in the crowd sound shortly. All good?
All good, yeah.
Excellent. And we have just kicked off. Wow, let's go then. Let's see what Bournemouth can do today. And it looks a fast start already oh my God, is that Dom through on goal? He's just overrun it. Oh my God, what a start that would have been.
What a start.
My God, Jeff.
What a start. That would have been less than 22 seconds if he'd have controlled that properly. Really
Come
nice.
on, boys.
Just that bad touch on the left. Never mind.
How we get there, I don't care. All we know is Bournemouth on. Right, yeah, so Dom Solanke did slightly overrun that, but he was put through on goal, and even Dan Juma's now on the ball. Oh my goodness, mate. This is a really fast start.
Really, looking really good. Looking good.
Thanks for the super chat to Zeta, who said the sexiest man in Milford has got good vibes. Zeta, thank you so much for your support. Keith Thomas's other half, the sexiest man in Milford has got good vibes, up the cherries. And when he's got good vibes, then I've got good vibes too. I don't think it's a slipper wearing day though, is it, Zeta? Probably not, I'm guessing. Probably not. We've also got a super chat here from someone else as well. Let me just bring this on screen. David Whitehead. Amazing, David. Thank you so much. Thanks for all the brilliant chat and entertainment you guys have given us over the past few weeks. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much, David. Hopefully see you in a pub very, very soon. And your support for our channel and Back of the Net since day one, even when it was a podcast, David, it is well and truly appreciated. So thank you very much. Absolutely do appreciate that. Many thanks. So, Jeff, let's keep it going, eh? Let's keep it going.
Uh-oh.
Although Brentford are in. Oh, corner ball. Looks like a corner.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, a little bit of defensive misunderstanding there. Cookie hitting the ball straight at Phil Hill.
A little bit of a fast start for us, eh? My goodness. But we all love a fast start as long as it doesn't work in their favour. That's absolutely fine. Right, come on. What can we do here with the corner? Brentford have got a corner in front of the north stand. We'll put the clock on screen very, very shortly so you can see whereabouts we are within the game. Brentford corner coming over, headed clear, and looks as if Lerma's managed to deal with it, although it's been recycled to the right flank now. They could get across it if they get in early. Ooh, we've got it clear.
Well played, Diego.
Oof, out we go.
Nice play.
Woo. Tell you what, Brentford are looking quite spicy as well. Left-hand side, ball's managed to be cleared.
Yeah.
End-to-end already.
Settle the nerves. Come on.
Yeah. So there you can see the match clock on screen. It is tallied with exactly how we're watching it there. So hopefully that gives you an indication of whereabouts we are at. And Bournemouth, Jeff, as it says on screen, top scorers in the division, eh? That's a decent stat, right?
It really is. And it's not been with a 20-goal-a-season striker. It's been with everybody contributing, particularly in the last 7 games. We've been absolutely superb.
Yeah, we have. So what would be your usual pre-match routine? Is it, for a Saturday lunchtime game, is it 5-a-side like every Saturday morning?
Well, now it is, yeah. So try and get in the mood. Obviously, it's a warmer day than usual today, so it was a bit more testing, I have to say. But yeah, try and get come on, yeah. Try and just get all the jobs done that need to be done, and back in front of the TV just in time. So yeah, which was the case today. Apologies for keeping you waiting, everybody.
Not a problem at all. Not the problem. Aaron Kay, as you just may have seen on screen there, says already that he thinks we look more fragile without Pearson. It's an interesting decision. Did you see Jack Wilshere posted an Instagram story in the week, and it was of him almost waving. It looked like a sort of goodbye wave, but it was just him in AFC Bournemouth training gear. It was just a wave, and then he put 2 emojis of that kind of face, And I don't know, I just felt a little odd when I saw that, because I thought, you're trying to insinuate that you're saying goodbye? I can't stand all these cryptic Instagrams and tweets from players every so often. I hate it.
No, I've got to say, Wilshere's career is an interesting one. Will he, if we do go up, will he stay with us, or even if we have another season in the Championship? And I don't know. I'm not sure I can see him getting another contract with us. Don't know what you think.
I don't know. I mean, it all depends if we're promoted or not. If it is, I think he's a decent player to have. He's not had much game time, for any other Premier League, club he's actually played for. So, hello, we've got a bit of room on the left flank here with Phil Bill chasing after the ball. Has he kept it in? It looks
yes,
like
he has.
He's crossed the ball in.
Oh, no, he didn't. No, it was out.
No, it did go. I wasn't sure whether the whole ball went out then, I've got to say. But anyway, nice to see Phil Bill, back doing what he does best by marauding forward, his long, lengthy stride. And he swung the ball into the far post where Stanislas looked to volley it in, but alas, it went out for a throw anyway. So just coming up to 6 minutes, and it's been a pretty decent start for the neutral here, Jeff.
It has, and quite an open game as we thought it might be. I've got to say, Phil Bill has been a revelation these last 10 or so games under Woodgate, where he's been playing that free role. I never saw him as a number 10 when Eddie bought him.
Yeah. Shot from long range from Brentford, way over the bar there. So all is good. And yeah, you're right. He has been a revelation, and it's just been a case of knowing whereabouts to get the best out of him. And Woodgate found the magical piece of the puzzle.
We talked a lot about jigsaw pieces last season and this season, and it finally feels that the pieces of the jigsaw have come together. And Phil Bill playing that 10 role has been absolutely critical to it. I'm delighted for him. I'm delighted he's found that role, and long may he continue to score the goals and set up the goals.
Yeah, and you know what? It's so nice that so many of our forward players are actually managing to contribute to goals, whether it's assists, whether it's getting on the score sheet. At Millwall, our up front Fab Four all got on the score sheet, and we saw how instrumental Dom Solanke was with his assists. It's great to see that maybe when players aren't scoring goals like Dom has, you've seen how many goal involvements he has, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's been absolutely fantastic. The way he brings other players into the game and playing that fluid sort of attacking four. It's the perfect role. He can score goals, but he's so creative. His feet are so good, and his awareness is so good. Here we go.
We've got a chance here. We got a chance. Go on goal now. Got to score. Oh, he's fluffed it. He's fluffed it. He sliced it. Oh, Junior Stanislas was put through on goal, and his feet just almost slid. It was a golden opportunity. Played through by Dom Solanke, little touch, and his feet gave way just as soon as he was about to hit it. Oh my God. You know what? Reminds me of David Beckham penalties in Euros and World Cups, and we've seen Steven Gerrard do it as well when they step up to the penalty spot. His feet just gave way. And is that them watering the pitch again, Jeff?
I had words last time about that, didn't I? That we seem to be overwatering the pitch. I mean, I understand we want to keep it nice and slick, but surely the players have got to wear proper studs, or they've just got to hold a grip on it. I mean, that was poor, really poor.
That was an absolute golden opportunity, and you know what? I don't think Stanislas did a lot wrong. I mean, all he did, he shifted his body slightly to the left because he wanted to almost curl it with his instep into his favoured spot. I think by the looks of it, he looks as though he was going to go to the right of the keeper, so to the keeper's left, low into the bottom corner. But as he moved his body to get in shape, that's when his legs moved, and then his left leg almost careered into his right, and then he slipped so badly and went over the bar. Absolutely golden chance, and as Byron said, he put a sandwich there instead of the driver club. Yeah, absolutely, Byron. Spot on with that.
Encouraging, though, to be creating those sorts of opportunities this early in the game. That they look full of confidence going forwards. Dom's touch looks good. How many free kicks has Adam Smith won this season just by standing there and waiting for the push?
You'd think it'd be a bit more, picked up a little bit more by the referees, etc. But yeah, you're right. I mean, I think that he seems to just have this nous of standing there and just waiting. He knows there's going to be a touch. As soon as he gets one, down he goes. Oh, free kick then, Jeff.
Here we go. So Junior and Jack on this one, not Danjuma. What are the chances? I'd say under hit or over hit. Over hit, I think.
I think it's Jack Wilshere who's going to take it. Oh, that's all
decent.
Right.
That was decent.
Yeah, that was better. But we've won the ball back after Brentford looked to clear. And, I tell you what, Jeff, it looks really open. It looks really open. So this hopefully bodes well for us.
Yeah. And the way we've been playing, that's good, I think.
But Brentford have always got the threat, and here they are coming down now. It went through Tony. It's gone on out to the right flank, but Rico's putting a solid challenge, rolls out for a corner.
Corner.
Just about goes for a corner.
I don't mind that. I want to see that from Rico. I want to see him getting close, stopping the crosses, and actually getting a bit physical with the opposition winger.
Yeah.
He doesn't make enough tackles for a left back, I don't think.
Yeah, no, agreed. Absolutely agreed. So Brentford corner then. Wow. This is a tasty game, and I'm sure the other teams in the Championship are going to be having half an eye on this ahead of their matches today, because Barnsley, Swansea, etc. They're going to be looking at this, and also Watford will have a keen eye on it as well. But let's just oversee this corner then, Jeff. Talk me through it. What's happening?
They're packing the box. We know how vulnerable. I don't think for a Championship team we've got enough height at these sorts of set plays. I mean, look at it there. It's. I always feel on edge when the opposition has set pieces. Carter Vickers isn't huge. Steve Cook is not a huge defender height-wise. So, yeah.
And when you're looking for tall players, our tallest player doesn't really head the ball anyway.
No. Did you see him this week? He was talking about he doesn't like heading. He much prefers to use his feet. That's when he scored that spectacular goal against Swansea.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here we are playing out from the back. Yeah, not great.
Yeah, not great. I just feel as though this is a game where we need to be clinical, and hopefully they'll have been rewatching the videos of our match at Brentford, where it felt like we dominated them for the first part, but we just weren't clinical. Albeit, yes, we did take the lead, but we just weren't clinical enough. So we need to be better today.
We do. And the early signs are that clinicality isn't quite there yet. So we should be a goal up already, I think, and we're not. And
hello, ball to the. Oh my goodness! Cleared off the line. Bournemouth cleared off the line from Brentford. Ivan Toney has a shot, and now it looks as if it's cleared. Bournemouth managed to get on the break. This is scary actually. Now Brentford are creating a number of chances. They're lumping the ball into the box. That's not a penalty. That's not a penalty.
No.
Rico's gone down. Bit of a collision in the
box.
Great
play, Steve Cook. For all the world, when that ball went up to the back post, I was thinking goal.
Yeah. Wow. So Bournemouth have escaped. Brentford have managed to get a shot off the line. So what happened here then? The ball came in from the right towards the far post. It was headed back across, volleyed towards goal. But Steve Cook, right place, right time, cleared with his left boot. Yeah, he did shin it, but it was. Whew, that was a bit scary, Jeff.
That was scary. That is where we're vulnerable. Those high balls into the box, and particularly. Adam Smith's not the tallest. It was a little bit ball watching there. The guy had a free header, and we need to just stop those crosses coming in. Be a bit more competitive when it does come in. Just make it difficult. If you're not the biggest, just get your body in the way.
Yeah. It's apparently on Sky. The commentators are still calling him Stanislas. I mean, what is it? What was it? Even if you split up his name and say it, it's so easy to say. I just don't get it. I don't get it.
Maybe they've been listening to Willow trying to pronounce his name and think he's got it right.
Well, he inserts a U, doesn't he? Like as if he's like Santa Claus. Yeah, I know. My goodness. Right, let's see if Bournemouth can get a foothold in. Dan Juma was nearly set free by Billing, but Brentford managed to get it back to the goalie and clear. Yeah, interesting.
It's an exciting game.
Jack Wilshere's going to be a pivotal player today, isn't he?
I think so. What Jack's got is that awareness to find space in the middle of the park, particularly when it's congested, as it will be today. If they're playing, as you can see, they're playing a lot of players in midfield, but also that ability's got to just release the pass at the right time. Away, pass back to the goalkeeper. It's a really high press they're playing, Brentford here.
Yeah, it is. It is. And, we'll see whether this tactic of them playing three at the back will work out for them or not. But just lost the ball in possession in midfield there, and it's now on the right flank. And we are going to be putting some of your Bournemouth predictions, and we'll have a look at what you've been saying for today's game. We've said, Sammy, you've gone for a 3-1. Quelle surprise, Sammy. Always loves a 3-1. 2-1, said Daniel. Archie went for 2-0. Morgan Scott went in with a 3-0. Fair play, Morgan. We got a 2-1 to Bournemouth. A lot of 2-1s here. Billing first scorer, says Mark Cole, agreeing with him. 2-1. I mean, you can see them on screen now. 3-1s, 2-1. Not many predicting a Brentford win. Happy days.
I'm not surprised. I think the form we're in, this is a game that we should win. And I think we're capable of winning it. The confidence is there with the players, which it wasn't a few months ago. We've just got to make sure that we're playing the ball in their half. The press is a risky thing for us. We've not been great against teams that do that to us, and then crosses. We've got to stop crosses because they're a bigger side than we are.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, okay, so thank you for all the predictions, really appreciate that. And what we also want is your watch-along setups as well. And Jeff's going to have his interior designer head on him a bit later, and taking a look at some of the internal decor of the houses across the world who are watching us today. And you know what? We will put the first one on screen very, very shortly for you, Keith. And this is sent in by pod regular Lucy, actually, who you know. It's a strong start, I've got to say. So here we go. Analyse this scene for me, Jeff. Superb. The dog is, of course,
definitely a dog. What's the dog called? Do we know the name of the dog?
Yeah, the dog's called Wilma.
Wilma, nice. I like that. That's good. I particularly like the AFC Bournemouth collar.
Yeah, I mean, that's a thing of beauty. That there is a photo in itself, isn't it?
I mean, that is. It's been beautifully set up and staged. That one. I think that's a solid 8. That one. I think particularly the dog seems more interested than mine. Mine's just gone to sleep here.
Yeah, she's always interested in AFCB as Wilma. So yeah, Lucy, for your watch-along setup, we're going to give you an 8. Can you beat Lucy's 8? If you sent it to us on Twitter, we're at AFCB Podcast, and also at AFCB Podcast on all the other socials as well, like Insta and Facebook. So get them in, because we would love to see what you got to say. Jeff, 18 minutes gone. It's flown by.
It really has. And even Stevens, I'd say, we both had good chances. Brentford could easily have scored. We could easily have scored. So drawing is a fair result. We've got another set piece.
Yeah, set piece. And Stanislas and Wilshere behind it again. Wilshere was the one that delivered it the first time round. Who's gonna ping it in this time? Let's see. I think it's going to be Junior. No, it's not. Stanislas who whips it in. That's straight towards the keeper.
Too close. Still.
I wonder what our stats are scoring from set pieces, or from out wide. I bet it's not very good.
Not great this season. I can only remember 2 goals from set pieces. Correct me if I'm wrong, anyone on the chat, but I remember Carter Vickers' backside against Bristol City was a set piece, and Chris Mepham against Watford was a set piece, but that's it. This is it. Come on.
Danjuma's free on the left, set free by Billing. He's 1-on-1 with his marker. They've tripled up on him. Brentford have tripled up on Danjuma. Wow.
That was interesting as well. The centre half got really close to him straight away. He didn't give him any space or any time. Didn't sit off him at all.
I'm thinking the key to unlocking Brentford today is almost using Danjuma as somewhat of a decoy. What a ball from Steve Cook out wide, but I think it's going to be collected. It is collected by Stanislas on the right-hand flank. Can he get the ball back? Smith, rather than cross it first time, puts his foot on the ball, waits, has a look around, as he does. And yeah, it's come back to our offence. I think the key to maybe unlocking Brentford today is using Dan Juma, and since Solanke's in. Oh no, sorry, that's Phil Bill.
Poor control. That was easier to take that on his instep and have a go there.
What? I need to turn the brightness up on this TV a little bit because I'm struggling to.
We're creating though, Sam. We are creating, which is encouraging.
Hope you see the scoreline here. So look, the way they dealt with Dan Juma there, they put 2 or 3 men on him, which means they're taking him out of other places. Dan Juma's early delivery into the box today could be crucial because we saw that early on when Junior Stanislas had a chance, albeit that was set. He was put in by Solanke, but if we get these balls into the box quick, they're going to be looking at Dan Juma.
Junior, come on!
Through on goal, cut it back first time. Oh, the ball cut back.
Oh.
Frustrating.
It is. Like I say, though, getting into good positions. That's encouraging. Bit more clinical with that final ball. Do there, I thought maybe Junior should have had a shot rather than square it, don't you?
Yeah, I think he should have. But, that's the problem, right? When you have a right-footed player, remember Matt Ritchie, if he was in that position, you know that he's got a left foot because he can open his body up and then he can hit it towards the far stick. And very difficult if you're a right-footed player, but he can hit it with his left.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Brooks taking that ball, you can see he takes that into the middle and maybe he either opens out to hit it across the keeper or he just...
Good save by Begovic. Shot from distance from Brentford. A bit of a daisy cut from Jensen.
He would do what he did against Millwall, where he cuts it back into the keeper's other post. And I don't know, Junior, he's having a bit of a frustrating start, isn't he?
That was a good save by Asmir. He had to stretch the shot from Jensen on the edge of the box. Was a bit of a daisy cutter, really, but it had enough pace to trouble him, and Begovic at full strength put it out for a corner. So we're just on the we're a quarter of the way through the game, and Brentford have got yet another corner, which is crazy. If you've got a certain amount of corners on your betting slip in this game, you're going to be doing all right. I think we've had like 4 or 5 so far. Short corner.
Short.
We managed to deal with it by the looks of it.
That's a free kick. Well up, Dom.
So, if they've got so many... Oh, hello. Dom's got an elbow to the head by the looks of it. But, sorry, as I was saying, just, beforehand, with them doubling, almost tripling up on Dan Juma, I think his delivery into the box is going to be crucial today. And then hopefully we've got the striker in there to be able to put it in the back of the net. So Solanke needs to be anticipating the crosses today, eh?
I'd like to see that again, that incident. Because if it's an elbow to the head, even if it's accidentally, he's got to get a yellow for that at least, hasn't he?
He turns his back. He knows what he's doing because he jumps, and then halfway through his jump, he turns his back and then slams into Solanke. Look, mate, at the end of the day, like Brentford, they know that there's a huge chance that we're going to be facing them in less than a month's time. Why wouldn't they be doing what Jansen did there and just going in hard on some of our players? Because they can potentially get some of our lot injured.
Yeah, they know that also teams that play a physical game against us have done well this season. So, yeah, it's... and again, ref's got to start booking some of these players.
He's getting booked, and rightly so. I think he's going to get booked. Yeah, and you know what? I'm glad. And who was that? Who just got booked?
I think it's Jansen, isn't it?
Was that Jansen or Norvard? I can't. Well, it looks like it was Jansen, yeah. So he's going to get booked. So, we got there in the end, a little bit calmer.
What is the point sometimes of referees actually warning players? 2 seconds ago, he gets warned for going in over physically, and there he's what is... If we'd have just booked him last time, he gets sent off there.
So we've got another set-piece delivery then, this time from the sort of left-hand side, just over the halfway line, but they've got a very high line. Rico's going to take it. Rico, now would be a lovely time to be getting a good delivery in, mate. Come on. Dan Jima's there as well. Who's going to be... It is Rico. It's a bit of a loopy one to the far stick. Billing gets up with a header, was it?
Offside.
And it's offside. Come on, lads. Come on. Just, a bit of a loopy one to the far stick, and Billing headed across there, but it looks like Lerma fouled, or it was offside. Yeah, it was Lerma that actually committed the foul there, Jeff.
Just universally shocking from set plays this season. It really is poor. And to think we were so good at that a couple of seasons ago.
Yeah, it's but to be in the position we're in, yet being quite crap at set pieces is actually quite a good position to be in, really, because we should have that in our locker as well. Hopefully, something to improve on. So when we get to the Premier League, Jeff, not if, then we can score tons of set pieces as well.
I love your optimism, Sam.
Add it to our repertoire.
Yes.
Our like target today is 150 on the video. If you're watching, thank you for your support. Really appreciate it. We're currently at 50. Thank you so much. If you can get to 150, we would truly appreciate it. We're not going to be doing any waxing challenges this week unless Jeff fancies it, but I can't see it myself.
No, it's not for me. I've been watching a lot of the... oh, here we go. Nice play, Rico. Nice play.
Corner ball. Right, corner to Bournemouth. Wow.
Nice approach play. Phil Bill, good ball from Jeff.
It wasn't offside though, was it?
No,
it wasn't offside. I thought the liner was going to flag for offside. It is a corner. So Dan Juma is taking it in the corner between the south stand and the east stand. Very dark in that part, I've got to say, because of the way the sun is just coming over the stands there. Ball towards the near post, looks like it got a flick on, and now it's gone over to the other side. Brentford look as though they're going to clear it. So a decent game, Jeff.
Decent game. 27
minutes. Just want to see a goal, though, eh?
So
I just want to see a goal.
Yeah, it's been good. Playing as well as we are, we ought to be at least with a goal to our side. But yeah, like I say, it's been even. We've not overwhelmed them yet, and it's just hope we can keep the good approach play going.
But we're seeing a lot more quality here from Brentford than, say, we were the likes of Millwall, because they've opened us up a few times, whereas Millwall, barely scratched the surface, did they?
Yeah, aside from their goal, I think there was one chance that Brentford had, which was before we ran riot in that first half, but they really didn't create anything against us.
Just want to say one.
Sorry, I was going to say there's a lot also to be said for teams who've got something to play for. Millwall obviously didn't have much to play for. They got a bit of a rocket at half time to which you could see because they played a lot more aggressively in that start of the second half. But Brentford here, they're playing for something. I think if they win their last three, they've still got automatics, haven't they? Possible.
Yeah, they have. But I think, to be honest, that they won't be looking at that. A lot of their players in the interviews and not their management, a lot of their fans are just thinking, let's just try to get some momentum ahead of the playoffs. So I think that's where they're expecting to go. I mean, at the end of the day, Watford just need to beat Millwall at home today, and I know that's easier said than done. I mean, all Watford needed to do was beat Sheffield Wednesday on the last game of the season, back when, but it didn't work for them. But I'm sure today they will have that living in their memory, and they'll just want to put that game to bed and secure promotion again at Vicarage Road. And fair play to Watford as well, because they had that decent run of games, Jeff, after we beat them 1-0, didn't they?
Yeah, kind of. We talked a lot about the fight bringing us together, but it also definitely brought that Watford squad together. And like Norwich, they've been supremely efficient at winning games 1-0, 2-1, and they don't score a huge number of goals, but they win games effectively and efficiently. Yeah,
they do. So Bournemouth have got the ball just lumped forward to Billing, who tried to get a flick on at the moment, but it's a little bit scrappy in the middle of the park at the moment, got to say. Let's just see if we can have a bit of quality on the ball. All we need is a few quality moments. And I've seen little sparks of these little interchanges, against Millwall, Jeff. I think some people sort of alluded to it, that we saw some of our best football that we've seen since almost the Championship with regards to the little triangles that we're forming, back heels. I mean, that fourth goal that we scored was just beautiful, wasn't it?
There was a lot of talk of a certain Eddie Howe being reminiscent of that Championship side from 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And I agree. I think it was great to watch. It's the sort of football. We talk a lot about teams having cultures, and I think we're a good footballing culture at Bournemouth. We've never really been a lump it forward sort of side win the second ball. We've always played good football, been renowned for it.
Brentford.
Great save, Beggs.
Wow, that was a golden chance. How did that even come about?
Cameraman missed it. I don't know what happened there.
The cameraman completely missed it. So what happened there? There was a ball forward, and there was a mistake at the back from Cameron Carter-Vickers. No, it's Steve Cook. And then Ivan Toney threw on goal, and he took his time. He could have almost made a cup of tea with the amount of time that he had, and he tried to go through Asmir Begovic's legs. That was a golden opportunity, and Asmir just basically fell on the ball. Wow, that was a huge chance for Brentford, arguably clearer than Junior Stanislas's, Jeff.
How many goals has Tony scored this season?
29 or something?
He's got to put that away, hasn't he? You see so many strikers go for the ball between the keeper's legs like that, and I often think in that situation he had the whole goal to aim at. That would have been easier to tuck it inside the near post, wouldn't it? Either side of him, not at him.
What happened to Steve Cook there? I mean, Steve Cook's had a bit of a moment of madness, didn't he?
He did. There was a. I think that through ball got deflected in midfield, which just took him out of the game. It was unfortunate, but hey, Beggs, what a start Begovic has been this season. Again, somebody who started the season as the number 2, albeit just for one game. What a rock he has been, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got our resident weatherman, James McCaffrey, on the scene at Dean Court saying we're playing well into the wind. Think how good we'll be with the wind in second half. Well, yeah, maybe. I'll tell you what, Steve Cook's having a few moments, but it's a free kick there. I think it's offside. Ivan Toney. He got in a good spot there, and he's going to be replaying that back in his head tonight, isn't he, Ivan? Because that there was the best chance of the game.
I hope so. I mean, that was one to match juniors earlier, wasn't it?
Mm. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was.
Could be 2-2. It is 0-0.
Yeah, it could be 2-2. It is 0-0. Right, let's have a look at another watch-along setup. Look at that stat though on screen though, Jeff. Attempts on goal: Brentford 9, AFC Bournemouth 1. 3 of theirs has been on target as well. So that's quite scary. We're not as creative as we think we are, because we think we're getting into positions, but maybe just not getting the shots when we need to. Yeah,
it's that final ball that we're missing at the moment. However, we're still in it.
We are still in it.
Come on.
And it's nice to see James McCaffrey, who has got his watch-along set up for us, Jeff. And what we've got here is, I mean, look at this. He's lying on the bed, chilled out, laptop there, absolutely superb. You're looking quite irate there, Jeff, I've got to say. And then as you scroll up, he's got the football on the big screen. And as ever, we love signed shirts, love it. And we love that rusticness. We said it before. That is a decent setup, but does it compare to Lucy's? Because there's no animal there. There's no dog.
No animal. I mean, I like the plants. I think that's a nice touch. Bringing the outside in, very important. I don't know. Could he have worn AFC Bournemouth socks there? Do you think?
Yeah, or red trainers or something.
Yeah. I mean, I've got to say 7. I like the signed shirt. Don't get me wrong, but no animals, no snacks. Not enough AFC Bournemouth branded merchandise in there. Yeah. Sorry, James, you've had a bit of a mare there today. We'll get through some of the rest of them throughout the show once we get them in. We've got some scenes now, actually, from AFC Bournemouth Sydney as well. AFC Bournemouth Sydney supporters group there, and they are
probably in the Cheers bar, are they? Because that's where they usually go. But this is a good scene. Everyone's got their AFC Bournemouth shirts on, and they are watching on beIN Sports over there. And they're not watching the watch along. But Chris, thanks for the pick. Nice to see you guys getting together and hopefully enjoying a Cherries win. Thanks very much for that.
Years ago, Sam, I was on a holiday in Sydney, and I went to the aquarium, Sydney Aquarium, and I met a Cherries fan who was wearing his Bournemouth shirt in Sydney Aquarium.
That's amazing.
And we just started having a chat. It was lovely. So I've always got a soft spot for AFC Bournemouth in Sydney.
These days, Jeff, I think you'd get recognised. Hang on a sec, aren't you Jeff Hayward from Back of the Net? I'm sure. You know what, mate? I did the other day in my local Tesco's Express.
Really?
So, yeah, like he's a Bournemouth fan. Oh, Brentford have had a shot, left apex of the penalty area, bent over to the right hand side, and it looked like Benkovic did get a touch on it to send it out for yet another Brentford corner.
Did he get a touch on that? I thought it was going wide anyway, but you might be right.
So,
when that happens, Sam, are you getting asked for your autograph yet, or to sign anything?
Oh no, it got a touch before Begovic, I think. Let me just have a look. Yeah,
Cook.
it was a touch from Steve Cook there. The shot came in from Canos, and it is yet another Brentford corner. Let's just see this, and then I'll tell you about the Tesco's Express story. Ball put over. Begovic punches clear. Not so far. It's just on the left side where a looped cross has come in. Can we deal with it? No.
Right.
It's fine. It's gone out. So anyway, I was in my local Tesco's Express, and he's just a Bournemouth fan, and I'm not even sure how the conversation happened, but we just started talking about like AFC Bournemouth. All of a sudden, it was the manager of the local Tesco's, and he said, "Oh, I listened to your podcast." I was like, "Oh, wow, good stuff." I think I was wearing a Bournemouth shirt at the time.
That helps. Definitely.
Yeah, I must have done. So, yeah. Thank you to. We've got another super chat, Jeff. So generous, mate. That's so generous.
Thank you, James.
Not having to pay AFCB TV today as well on Sky properly. You guys can have the cash instead. Really appreciate what you guys do with putting these on. Keep up the sterling work of the Cherries Little Partners. James, such a nice gesture. Thank you so much. Myself, Jeff, Tiggs, Tom, truly appreciate it. What the plan is, right? Like with all the funds that we've managed to get in, we're hoping to get a decent vlogging camera for next year.
Here we go.
People's on. Oh no, Solanke nearly got in there, but good defending. We're hoping to get a decent vlogging camera, some decent mics, Jeff, so it can look like a proper podcast.
What are you trying to say, Sam? Not going to talk about my echo again, are you?
Yeah. No, there's no echo today. Hang on, let me just listen. Crystal clear, Jeff. Crystal clear.
Thank you.
We.
You know what though? This is what we're doing. We're looking like we're just missing that final ball, that final clear chance. We're playing some nice stuff. Even though Brentford have had all those chances, I'm feeling okay about the way we're playing.
Yeah, so James, thank you for that super chat, by the way. Just wanted to finish off saying thank you. Honestly, it really does go to help to support us. And you can do too, and it also guarantees that we see your message as well. So, yeah, it's been an interesting half, hasn't it, Jeff? Really interesting. I think maybe us going in 1-0 up at this time is a scoreline that would probably flatter us.
Yeah, let that through. Yeah, I think it'd be good to hold it to 0-0 at the moment. Look at the amount of pressing they're putting on us up here.
Yeah, what's really frustrating me, like for instance, when the ball met Stanislas then, he's trying to do little stupid flicks when all he needs to do is just hold up possession of the ball. And, like if he has to go backwards, he has to, but he's trying to flick round corners when behind him there's just a wall of Brentford players. It's just not good. I don't think Wilshire's having the effect that we want today. It's clear that we miss Pearson, in my opinion.
Yeah. What is it that Pearson brings that Wilshere doesn't have?
He's just got a little bit, as much as Wilshere says that he's happy to sit in a more defensive role, and that's where he thinks he can be best, sort of playing out from deep. I think that Pearson's just better. He's just a bit more tenacious, a little bit more like nous on the ball. I think Jack Walsh has got a lot of technical trickery, but at the moment it's all it looks nice, but there's not much to it.
Yeah, defensively, I think it's where Pearson is so good, and Jack is a little bit reckless. He goes to ground quite easily. And he goes to ground because he's just been caught out of position, whether it's a little bit of pace. But I think Pearson defensively reads the game so well. That I always think back to that tracking run that he did against Chalobah in the Watford game. He can see that sort of thing coming, and Jack doesn't do that, and I think that just makes us feel a little bit more vulnerable.
Yeah, it does.
Certainly seeing that today.
Thanks to James Joyce, Pompey fan from down the road. Hope you guys managed to make the playoffs. Just need a bit more consistency between now and the end of the season. Not many games left. Second team, we're their second team. Well, certainly better to have us as the second team rather than them lot up the road, eh? But that would never happen, James, would it? Scormers. Right, Brentford have got a chance from distance, blocked, and Billings got the ball now. Can we break with it? Can we do something good with it? Solanke's on the ball, turns into trouble, but yeah, the ball's on the halfway line in Bournemouth possession at the moment. Brentford have won it back. I'd love to see the possession stats.
I'd say it feels about 60-40 at the moment.
In favour of,
Brentford.
Yeah. We'll have to have
talking of Pompey, Sam, what a Bournemouth connection there was in that Pompey Swindon game the other night.
Yeah, and it was Charlie Daniels that brought down Brett Pittman for the penalty, I think.
I believe it was. He had a bit of a mare by all accounts.
Yeah. Whoopsie. Yeah. He's apparently Charlie Daniels has not settled in as well as fans would have hoped, and he would have hoped by the sounds of it. Oh, that was a poor ball there.
Poor ball, Jeff.
Poor ball from Lerma, right in the middle of the park. You know what? Say if this match finishes like this, 0-0. I don't think it does anything for, in terms of educating us about them or them about us, really. In terms of if we were to, if this was a dress rehearsal. I genuinely don't think it tells us much. They've got a chance here, though, and they've got numbers coming forward. Could be a shot from distance. Lays it out wide. Ball flashed across, past the far post, and it goes out for a goal kick. Possession is... Our
midfield too are just outnumbered a little bit in there, and because they're pressing us so aggressively, they're winning the ball in our half a lot. Look how many players they had round Jack then.
Yeah, just approaching half time. We will get some of your watch-along setups on the screen. We are getting inundated. Morgan sent his. He's actually retweeted his own tweet to get noticed. But Morgan, I promise we'll get round to doing as many as we can. And in fact, I will get that one up on screen very, very shortly to show you how everyone's watching Back of the Net. We would love you to tell us how you're watching and show us the scenes from your living room. 46% to Brentford, as we said, with the possession stats there, which is quite surprising, I've got to say. Come on, let's do something before half-time, Jeff. Come on.
Yeah. Need to get our foot on the ball a bit more. I think it's going to be one of Woodgate's half-time chats, maybe a couple of stubs, actually.
Where do you think the game's being won and lost?
I think we're losing it in midfield. I think we're just being overrun a little bit, particularly trying to play out from the back isn't great. And I think we're creating enough. Our back three, our front three are doing okay, but just not that calmness when you need it.
Oh my God!
How many chances have they had?
Ivan Toney, the ball bounced kindly to him on his left foot, on the left-hand side of the box, and he flashed it wide of the post, low. Begovic was beaten, but he also beat the post. I think Asmir Begovic would have had it covered, but probably about a ruler's about 30 centimetres wide of the post. But quite scary. A Sporty Ninja said, Bournemouth need to win this game. Yeah, we do. Morgan set up then. Here we go. Jeff, it's fairly strong, I've got to say. He's got all the memorabilia out there.
Yeah, can we have a bit of a close-up of that memorabilia? There's a Cherries mug there, a few scarves I can see. What else has he got? Oh, he's got a back of the net mug. He's got a back of the net.
He's got a back of the net mug. He's got his iPad there. He's got 2 mugs. He's got all his programs out. It's almost like he has set this up specifically to show us off his merchandise. It could be. I don't know.
Morgan, where's the branded pet?
Yeah, come on, Morgan. But yeah, I've got to say, very good. And he's got the TV on in front of him. No idea what he's watching there. I presume that is an ad break before the action kicks off on Sky Sports. Because Morgan has obviously been doing his hoovering there. A little bit of a cheeky Henry Hoover view on the right-hand side there. There he is. Hi, Henry. Hope you're doing well. So technically, he has got a red and black Hoover though, Jeff.
Well, I do like that. I think that's very on AFCB. Really good, really good. Could do with a bit of a cable tidy underneath the screens there. What do you think, Sam?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a hodgepodge of cables, I've got to say. So, based on what you've seen there, despite all of this, what would you say is the score for Morgan Scott?
Oh, it's a AFC Bournemouth Liverpool. I'm not a big fan of half and half scarves, though. I've got to say. I don't know about you. I mean, no. that kind of takes the half down. I was going to give that an 8, but I think it might be a 7.5 there.
7.5. Morgan must do better. And it's half time. Nil then, Jeff. That flew by. Thoughts on that?
It really did. They're getting far too many chances. We're looking a little bit overrun in midfield, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's a couple of changes. Jack's not really got in the game. When we get the ball forward, we're looking good, but we're not getting it to Danjuma in enough space at the moment, and they're very tight on him. So there's work to be done. Definitely work to be done. Pearson maybe for Wilshere at half-time?
I agree. Do you think that's a change he will make? I mean, he has to, really, doesn't he?
Depends how serious he is about this game. Maybe he's going to leave it for another 15 just to get some playing time into the legs of those players. But you think Brooks for Stanislas feels like it might come at some point in the second half. And it's not been great. We need a bit more control in the middle, and we need to get some space for Danjuma.
Absolutely. We want to have your 5-word match reports coming in. So if you've got 5-word match reports, please do let us know what they are, and we will get them read out as soon as possible. Just literally your first 45 minutes, your thoughts in 5 words. If you maybe do a hashtag 5 words, just so we know what's a 5-word report and what's just you talking on chat, and then we will get them read out very, very shortly. We might be having a few people coming in at half time to have a chit chat about what's going on. Jeff, what's happening at half time for you?
I think I might have a quick comfort break, Sam, and make another cup of tea. I think I've got to get the mug going again for the second half.
All right, Jeff, I will see you very shortly. Up the cherries.
Up the cherries.
Up the cherries. He's going to get the mug sorted. And as you can see at the bottom of your screen, halftime 0-0. Thanks to everyone that is watching us live. We've got 140 odd watching us across all platforms. We're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. If you haven't liked this video, we'd truly appreciate it. Looking for a target of 150. And also subscribe to the channel as well. We would truly appreciate it if you do that, because the playoff content is going to be hotting up in our final few games of the season. And hopefully, if we're going to Wembley, we'll get you some content outside Wembley as well. Superb. 5 words. We're getting the reports coming in very, very shortly. Thanks to everyone that is interacting with us. But if you haven't caught the second look on Sunday, it was a really good chance to have a listen to what we think about Jonathan Woodgate, the guy that seemingly turned it around for Bournemouth. And at first we weren't so sure, but now most of us are delighted that Woodgate's at the wheel. Woodgate, Neil, proven himself. Inspired decision from the board, eh?
Yeah, looks like it, doesn't it now? I'm not... who's to say? Who's to say? I think when you look at what he's done, he's done... Tom said earlier, he's put a settled side out. Right, so he stopped the rotation. He stopped the 5 at the back. He moved to the 4-3-3 that everyone could see with Danjuma. He wasn't right playing wide of a 4. He doesn't do the defensive work. That's freed him up and Brooks up to be less defensive. So he's found the right formation. He stopped messing around with the personnel coming in and out. And I think through that, the team of the squad is so good that they were always going to win football matches if those two things were applied to them. And when you start winning football matches, all the bits we were worried about, like the body language, the not celebrating goals, all of that starts to come flooding back. And we're now playing like the personnel that we've got in the club. Little bit, possibly, obviously, a little bit too late for automatic promotion, or there might be might be an outside shot when you look at Watford's fixtures, but I'm sure we'll talk about that later. So I just hope that it comes off for him in the playoffs, because the problem with the playoffs, we could have a moment like Norwich had, yesterday, where a player gets sent off and it changes the course of the game. It's up in the lap of gods. But no, he's done a superb job.
And Tom, I think Alex Deutsch tweeted that had we signed any other manager and they had led AFC Bournemouth to 6 wins on the bounce, we would call it a roaring success. Do you think, had we not had that half-assed statement from the board and to Cherry's trust about the way that he was appointed, it would maybe just look a little bit more of an inspired appointment?
Maybe. Yeah, it's a difficult one, isn't it? They'll, if we end up getting promoted, they'll say, we knew he was the right man, and you can't say anything about it. But I think it's still, still all the things I said, I think still stand firm that I think it was probably just an easy, a bit of a lazy appointment. They didn't really do the recruitment process brilliantly, but they fell on their feet. And he's obviously a good guy. We spoke before about kind of dressing rooms he's been in. He was a top player. And he's obviously done all his coaching and things like that. And like Neil said, look at the players. I mean, I would like to think any of us forwards, if the players decided to turn up, probably get top 6. I mean, for all Jason Tyndall's kind of failings and the bad run we went on, he was never outside the top 6, even with that, because the players are that good. They're going to win football matches. But having said that, Woodgate's come in, like we said, settled team. He's clearly got them smiling and confident again and things like that. So he deserves enormous credit for that. And he's quite likeable and everything's going really nicely. But at the end of the day, he's still got to try and get us promoted. That's the aim. And I almost think, we spoke about it a little bit before, but because he wasn't given that long contract, he's just thinking of the here and now. It's just game to game. Yeah. And we're just going through it like that and playing like mini cup finals or whatever. But 6 in a row, can't be sniffed at. It's in this league as well. I don't think, I don't know. I mean, you get any sort of consistency in the championship, you're laughing because we've seen that over the weekend, haven't we? Only team in the top 9, I think, to win. It's just ridiculous. That's just the championship. And, every time you look at fixture runs and that, I try not to take too much of it on board because anything can happen. I mean, Swansea against Wickham, we go, well, that's that done. That's a Swansea win. And we were going, well, we ain't going to beat Norwich, and it doesn't really, it doesn't ring true. We said, 0 points off Sheffield Wednesday, 6 off Norwich. So it's that sort of league. So, you get 6 wins in a row. Deserves massive credit for that. So fair play to him.
Brilliant there. So that was from the second look. And if you haven't seen what the second look is all about, that's us just having a comprehensive and calm discussion, a second look at the game at the weekend, which we'll be doing tomorrow, of course, analysing what we've seen so far. But for an instant raw reaction, but he's always composed, we've got Mr. Tiggs here. Hello, Tiggsy. How are you?
I'm good, buddy. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. What did you make of that first 45 minutes?
Really interesting. They just showed the stats on the screen, which I know we saw in game. I think they had 12 chances on goal, and we've had 1, which just kind of tells a story in itself. I didn't feel it was that bad, but I suppose it's taking those chances and not actually shooting, is it? I'm just watching some replays now and seeing us getting in good positions, but not getting a shot off. So they're closing us down really well when we get into their half. They seem to have nullified old Danjuma a bit, haven't they? Like the first 5 minutes, I thought, whoa, we got them on toast here. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, it's kind of petered out a little bit. Interesting what you and Jeff were saying. A little bit of toast there, lovely. Is that the same bit of toast that you've been eating the whole time, or have you been restocking your toast?
It's cheese on toast, and I've been having a fair bit. I've been having mouthfuls where I can. But I'll tell you what, Tiggs, you know what's funny? Whilst we can see you now, people probably wondering, what are you looking at?
What am I looking at? Yes.
Yeah, so we've got your watch-along set up here that you sent in to us. Look at that bad boy.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thing of beauty.
Thank you.
Yeah, so tell us what you've got here. Talk us through what I'm looking at.
So obviously I've got, up front and personal there with Sammy D and Jeff, the chairman. I can see both your faces really clearly. But beyond that, I'm watching the game, obviously. So I'm using both my eyes, one on you, one on Jeff. And then I have to look up to watch the game, which is frustrating because you are so beautiful today. And you can see that the game well underway there. I've got an action shot. What else have we got going on? We've got green walls. That's
Lovely.
a recent thing me and the wife have gone with. It's fashionable, apparently. We've got some kind of gold pineapple thing in the top right corner.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a picture of me and my dad. Bless him. My dad's no longer with us, but that's at our Bournemouth game. That was the last game we went to together, I think.
Oh, mate, that's lovely. That's
lovely. Yeah, it was Dagenham and Redbridge. It was in the FA Cup. And it was before we started our meteoric rise. So, but he would have loved it. He would have absolutely loved it. And if we go down a bit, Sam, I'll get to the branded back of the net stuff first. There's a shirt there. Can you see that shirt?
Oh, yeah, I can. Yeah. Beautiful. What shirt's that?
Now I'm not going to tell you. That's a little competition for those people at home. There's a shirt there. It's green, in case you're colorblind. Can you guess what shirt it is? It's a national shirt from a country in the world, and it's got it's linked to a specific player, or maybe two, in the Bournemouth squad. And if that player scores, and he hasn't scored yet this season, I will put the shirt on. Can you tell me what country you think that is? It's a tricky one. And if you go down a little bit more, Sam, we can see that I've got a box there. See that box? That's where I keep all my back of the net stuff, mate. That's where I keep the
What, you've got a branded AFC Bournemouth cardboard box? Where the hell do you get that from?
Well, it's like a felt plasticky thing. They had they've got a sale on at AFC Bournemouth.
I see.
Shirts are down to £15 now. By the way, if anyone out there, I'm not having to do their job for them. I'm sure you already know. But if you want a Bournemouth shirt, £15 now on the AFCB Superstore. And then to the left, the only cup worth winning after the FA Cup. It's the back of the net mug. Which I can't quite. I've not got the logo in there. Let me just grab it. Wait a minute.
There you go. Let's be seeing that.
Oh,
there
wrong
we
way
go. Wrong way around. There we go.
It's good for me.
Yeah, good for you.
Just have a little look in the comments there. Nobody has got it right yet. Which shirt it is? It's not Nigeria. It's not Colombia. It's not Cameroon.
Someone said Pakistan.
Yeah, it's not Pakistan. Although, they play in green, don't they? I think. Yeah.
Ireland's there. Amazing. John said, "Have you had your hair?" John said, "If I had my hair cut again." Yeah, I did. I went for it. Grade 1 all over. So what's the point in having that little weird tuft? It was horrible. Absolutely
you didn't like
horrible.
it, Sam. You didn't like it.
No. I got rid. So any changes to be made?
I agree with Jeff. We are playing a different sort of style. I feel for Jack because, quite honestly, when we signed Jack Wilshere, a position for him on the pitch would be the billing, that 10. That was where I think we would play him. So he's having to adapt, playing a different type of position, play a different type of game, I guess. It's more up and down. I think you could argue to bring Pearson on, but I don't know how much he wants to. How important is this game? It's a tricky one, isn't it? Psychologically, it could be. We're more than likely going to meet them at some point in the playoffs, or stand a good chance to. I probably would leave it for a little bit, to be honest, and then see how the next 15 minutes go before I make a change, because after having a chat with them, we might be able to get back on those. Like, if we get a first 5 minutes of this second half, like we did the first 5 minutes of the first half, we could grab a goal.
I quite like the way that when David Brooks was played the other day, he's almost being played back into form. And I almost wonder whether Woodgate is almost feeling that's the same for Jack Wilshere as well. Because despite the fact he has got quality, he's not really shown the type of quality that we saw on his first loan spell with us, have we yet?
No, we haven't, not consistently. But again, he's been asked to do different things, and I think it is a little bit of a square peg in a round hole, in my opinion. He's a very talented footballer, probably one of the best that we've ever had. But yeah, it's tricky for him, I think. It's the same for Stanislas as well, isn't it? Out on the right, he's not having a great game, but we always say he'd be better on the left. He was cutting in, and the pitch is too wet. What's going on?
Oh, mate, yeah. So thanks, Luke. Appreciate that. Someone said Bosnia. No, it's not Bosnia.
It's not Bosnia.
What is that shirt? What is that shirt? What we'll do is, for anyone that's just joined us, Tiggs has sent us his own watch-along setup as well. There it is. And he's got a shirt there just in front of the TV. It's green. And we're all wondering what shirt it is. We got no idea. And there are people that have been coming in saying Wales as well. John said Bosnia-Herzegovina. Zimbabwe said AFC Bournemouth, Germany. We still don't know. No,
I'll tell you what. I'll give you a clue before we go into the second half. Maybe someone can get it in the second half for us. I'll send it to you privately, Sam, what it actually is. But think about the names of our players. That will give you a clue. So I don't want you to think about the nationality of players. I want you to think about their names.
Cook Islands?
Got it! He's got it!
You're joking?
It is, yeah!
Oh, mate, I can't believe that.
You've just won yourself a back of the net mug, Sam.
Oh, thank you. Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. It's a good.
I can't believe it.
I'm just going to do something quite unprofessional. Just go off camera for a second just to get it for you. Wait a sec.
Yeah. Oh, amazing. For the first time in my life, I was correct about something. So Tiggs is going to show us the shirt in all his glory now. Let's see this shirt here then, Tiggs. Oh, man. Lotto. And there it is. Cook Islands. I cannot believe it.
In the wrong place. There we go.
Yeah. Oh, mate, that's a thing of beauty. That's a thing of beauty. So the second half's about to start then, Tiggs. Whether there's any changes or not, Jeff, I'm sure, will update me. But have you got a prediction for us?
It's going to be... I went 3-3 earlier. I don't think there's going to be actually that many goals now. I'm going to go with the majority. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win. And Steve Cook's going to get me a goal.
Steve Cook's going to get you a goal. Right, we have just kicked off, Tiggs. Thanks very much. Let's bring in Jeff. All the best.
All the best.
Cheers, buddy. Here he is, Mr. Jeff Hayward. We have kicked off again, sir. And big half for us. Big half. No changes. He's kept it the same. Let's see how it goes for 15 minutes, and then he might change it. We need to get our attacking, our Fab Four. Even though one of them is Stanislas, not Brooks today, they need to get more on the ball. That's what we need to do. Yeah, absolutely agree. So at the top of the screen, you can see that there is the match clock. So that's where we are at. And Bournemouth are kicking towards the south stand. It's not been many times where it's been the other way around this season. I don't think it's been at all. But then where's the advantage anyway, Jeff? Hey?
There is no advantage, is there? There's no advantage. So... yeah, let's see how we go. I did see there was a message up earlier. Somebody saying that I might have a peloton behind me.
Mm.
It is not a peloton. I've WhatsApped you a picture, Sam, so you can see exactly what that bike is.
Oh, okay, no problem at all.
It's a bit of a rusty Reebok, if you must know.
Okay, it's a I was about to say, because Peloton's bloody expensive, isn't it?
Exactly.
I first see the bike and then you pay in a monthly subscription. I didn't sort of realise what it was all about. Anyway, Bournemouth have got a corner on the between the north stand and the main stand, played short.
And you messed up.
Disgusting penalty, absolutely disgusting. That's so terrible. And now look, we've given the ball away. He's marauding down that right flank, and then oh my god! And now, have we given away a corner as a result?
No, he's given the free kick, I think.
Or the goal kick.
That was awful, though.
So bad. So bad. How on you know what? We just need to swing the balls into the box, don't we, Jeff? Just swing it in.
Yeah. If Steve Cook is going to do what Tiggs wants him to do, we need to swing it in.
Yeah, absolutely do. Come on, let's get the atmosphere going then. Bournemouth, Bournemouth on the way. Come on, lads. Come on. Let's have an improved performance here. As Woodgate earned his call. We heard that halftime chat, Jeff, from the second look, where we've all been waxing lyrical about Jonathan Woodgate. It's, you know, the process of the appointment wasn't the best, was it? But he's done well for us.
It wasn't, but hasn't he done well? And every game that passes, I like what he's doing more and more. So, yeah, he seems to have found the magic formula. And I'd be interested to know what effect the other coaches have had, because O'Neill's obviously come in, Joe Jordan's come in. Just getting that confidence and self-belief back has been important.
Yeah, absolutely. So these are some of your half-time match reports that I'm going to put on screen throughout. Half-time pint and pie, said Stu Cowan. What did I see? AFC Bournemouth, said Daniel. Tighter than I would like, said Pete East. Wink. Love it. Dan Juma marked out of the game as Brentford have a shot that just goes wide. Come on, boys. Both sides should have scored. Come on, lads, let's go, says Ethan. Love it. And it was Marky Masters who put that who put that remark about your Peloton, Jeff.
Not a Peloton.
Not a Peloton.
I'm not loaded, honestly.
The back of the net are not making that much money, Marky. I can tell you that right now. What else have we got? Late end game goal flurry, said our own James Bond himself, Daniel Craig. Byron said Brentford like house on fire. 5 words, Paul Kenwood. Sam, where is your
card?
Oh, we got a yellow card and a red card. And that's Jansen.
That is
a
Jansen.
Red card, and he's gone. He's been sent his marching orders. Brentford are down to 10 men. Wow. Huge. So the run came in, and oh yeah, he was bundled off the ball. That was Danjuma, and he had his arms all round him.
Can't do that.
Absolutely thick football. Why would he do that?
He's an idiot.
He's an absolute idiot, Jansen. And you know what he's done? He's gone and cost his side. I mean, yeah, they're probably going to get in the playoffs. It's fine. And yes, it's only one match, but absolutely stupid. Brentford down to 10 men. You know, ball was played through. Danjuma wasn't even going to get anywhere near it, but he put his arm around him, pulled him down. And now Brentford are down to 10 men. And now Bournemouth are in the driving seat, just like they were against Norwich. And you know what? Morgan says it all. He should have been off ages ago.
Well, he had 2 bookables within the space of a minute, and because he got a warning the first time around, he got away with it. But you can't do that. You cannot do that.
Right, here we go. Shot coming in from distance, is it? Long shot saved by the keeper. Let's capitalise on this now. Yeah, we absolutely need to. Come on, boys. Let's crank up the atmosphere. Come on, lads.
Come on.
So I don't know how this is going to change things in terms of formation, Jeff. But obviously they're probably going to have a little bit of a switcheroo, aren't they? They're going to have to.
I would think so. They've got to go to a back 4, surely. I would have thought.
Now let's just hope that any of our players don't try to. Obviously, of course we want the win, but whenever a ref gives a red, they always like to try to even it up as much as they can, don't they?
Got to be careful. I don't think any of us are on yellows. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we're clear of any cards at the moment.
Yeah.
So, time to just play with a bit of calmness, bit of authority. We've got the extra man. Let's make it count, like we did against Norwich.
Yeah, absolutely need to now. So it's a really important 40 minutes here for AFC Bournemouth, but then I think any result that you get now, Jeff, I'm not sure you can look into it too much. Psychologically, I don't know if it's going to be psychologically damaging or not. If Brentford, if Bournemouth come out and win this now, then I don't think it'll, hammer them mentally based on the fact that they had 10 men. But if they beat us, I think that would be huge for them.
Or if they keep us out, it'll be huge for them.
Yeah.
So, You know, I think from here a win is something we've got to do. It's an absolute must now from here.
Come on, lads. 52 minutes gone at Dean Court on what looks like a beautiful day, but despite the sun, Jeff, like when you got the wind up, I don't know where you are, but you know, like the wind's actually quite chilly. So you know, when you're out of that and you're sheltered, it's it's basking hot, it's lovely. But when you're in the breeze, it's still there's a little bit of chill in the air.
And I believe, didn't James McCaffrey say we've got the wind with us this half?
Yeah, that's probably why that free kick that we had from a long distance out, he just smashed it. We would have never have done that in the first half, never.
No. Here comes a sub.
Yeah. Right, 121 of you watching. Thanks very much for all your support. Remember, you can support this video with a super chat if you want. We don't expect you to do so, but by doing that, it helps us out massively by paying for our fees in the future. And also, like this video as well. We've got a target of 150, and if you can do that, we would truly appreciate it. Who's going to be joining me for the next watch along? We'll let you know. Yeah, sorry, Jeff.
I just watching that billing challenge. I think that was unfortunate to get called back for a foul there. I think sometimes referees, even if the player comes from behind, even if he gets the ball, just because he's tackling from behind, they're likely to give the free kick.
Byron's watching on Bein Sports in Australia. Hi, Byron. Hope you're right. He just said a person with Jansen's experience should not have done such a silly tackle like that. And it was. I mean, it wasn't even a tackle. How can you call it that? It's just, you know, lots of argy-bargy when we were on the attack. So it shouldn't have happened. Come on, lads. Come on. What we'd love to do also, whilst there's the ball's in the middle of the pitch, we'd love to be able to find out whereabouts you are geographically in the world watching us today. Let us know whereabouts in the world that you're at, and then we will flash your locations up on screen as Adam Smith gives away a free kick there. Brentford in a relatively threatening position.
Yeah.
I just want to see us not make any defensive bloopers that cost us, like we did at Millwall. Even though, you know, we were 3 goals to the good, Steve Cook's blooper basically gave Jed Wallace the opportunity to score, and you always sense that we've always got that mistake in us. And against a team like Brentford, who can be clinical, and with the scoreline as it is at the moment, we've got to be careful. Good ball into the box, but looks like Bournemouth clear. Looped ball forward. Begovic has got it. All good. All good.
That's the ball. Come on, Arnie.
Corner ball. He's won a corner there, isn't he? Dan Juma's... No, is that not a corner?
I think he overran it.
He overran it. All right, then, Jeff. Let's let's tick off how many places has Jeff been to. Ready? Here we go. Washington DC.
Wow.
Have you been there?
Yes.
Okay. Have you been to Boreham Wood?
Boreham Wood.
In Essex.
That's north of London, right? Isn't it somewhere?
Yeah. Sorry, Elstree.
I think I've never been to Boreham Wood, so 1 out of 2.
Not Essex. Sheffield.
Sheffield. Yes, been to Sheffield. Yeah.
Excellent. All right. Where else we got? Have you been to Poole? Silly question.
Yes.
Let's get some more geographical locations of whereabouts you're watching us from. We're going to pop them in the comments. Have you been to Frome?
Frome? Gosh, no, never been to Frome.
You're missing out.
Missing out. What's the best thing about Frome, Dave?
Dave will tell you. You know what? Have you been to Bournemouth? Yeah,
yes.
I think he might have, Harry. I think he might
yes.
have. Chipping Norton?
Yes, lovely part of the world, Chipping Norton. Very nice, Cotswolds.
Yeah. Jeff's been everywhere. Chairman Jeff are back in the net. Love it. Absolutely love it.
Barking, right. East London. Yes, been there too. Frizzy.
Yeah, Frizzy Fusion's on with us. Ben is saying watching from Derby. Derby. I've been to the outskirts of Derby, but never Derby city centre. No.
Doesn't really
probably
count.
Not missing out, I'm guessing.
Oh yeah, Birmingham. Yeah.
St. Louis in North Carolina?
Never been there. Sorry.
Well, Dave says, why do I have to do I have enough time to mention everything? Cheese and grain, lots of big name gigs there as well. There you go.
Okay, I believe you.
Zambia, have you been there?
I have been to Zambia. Yes.
Jeez, oh, Jeff, you're unbelievable, Jeff.
I have.
Unbelievable,
I have.
Jeff. As Stu Cowan says, super. Brighton.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's been there. Favourite day in Brighton, Jeff? It's got to be
A certain 5-0. I was very, very happy that day. Particularly having a drink with a Brighton fan afterwards to commiserate with them was lovely.
We got Donny's brother is watching from Miami. We've got
Been to Miami. Yeah.
Globetrotter Jeff Hayward, Nigeria said.
No, lucky. I've never been to Nigeria. I've missed out, obviously. Been to Zambia, not Nigeria.
Yeah, love it. We'll get some more on as time goes on. Okay, Fawley. Have you been to Fawley?
Fawley, where's Fawley? Is that near Portsmouth? Fawley.
I think it is, yeah. And also Camford Heath as well.
Camford Heath, yes. Many a game at Camford Heath, even.
Oh, what, Camford Heath Rec or whereabouts?
Yeah. Oh, this is a while ago in my youth. Sorry, dog going there.
Yeah.
I played at I think it was the Rec years ago.
Yeah. I
Good
think
pitch,
your dog Libby would have been excited by the fact that David Brooks looks like he's about to come on now, as they show on Sky Sports. Actually, Joe Jordan sitting in the crowd, and look, Jeff, we all go on about Woodgate. You know, the Joe Jordan effect. You know, the Gary O'Neill effect. Two people that are rarely mentioned. We just don't really know how much they've had an input, because you know Joe Jordan's known as like a bit of a hard man in football, isn't he? And at a time where we had players' personalities seemingly, you know, preventing them from expressing themselves on the pitch, they seem to be too big for their boots. He comes in and, you know, seems to be sorting them out.
Suddenly we're having a punch up against Watford. Is that what you're saying, Sam?
Yeah.
I think it's really interesting. You know, Woodgate is obviously the front man who does all the media interviews, and he doesn't really talk about Gary O'Neill or Joe Jordan and what role they're playing with the team. Stephen Purchase never gets mentioned, so it'd be really interesting to see that dynamic and how it's actually working.
Yeah, absolutely. So it looks like a double change. Now, Phil Bill is going to be taken off. Maybe a preventative measure or something. Maybe he's had a tweak. Jack Stacey's going to be coming on, and David Brooks on for Smith. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be Stacey for Smith, right, and then Brooks for Billing, even though the graphic, you know, says otherwise.
Yeah, protect Phil. I think that's a good move. He's not had one of his better games, but just try something different. You know, Brooksy playing that number 10 will be an interesting, different challenge as well.
Mate, this game is flying by.
It's 60 minutes already.
Yeah, I just want to see a little bit more intensity from us now, especially as we've got the man advantage. Let's see what we can do. I think what Jack Stacey will bring us, of course, is more of an intent attacking wise. So he's me getting up and down that right flank, probably with a bit more quality than Adam Smith. Maybe. We'll see. We'll put some more watch-along setups on screen very, very shortly. Thanks to everyone that's watching. Remember to give us a like. Let us know. Andrew Corbyn's usually on to tell us the number. What are we on, Andrew, in terms of likes? Let us know, because we're after 150. Remember that Tom Jordan might be doing a playoff song with Alex Hall music, based on the fact that we reached our target last time. That would be special, Jeff, eh?
That would be very special. No, thanks for all your support, everybody. It's been great, the support you've given the podcast and these watch-alongs. It may look natural, but Sam puts a lot of work into the preparation for these. So thanks for watching.
No, I don't, mate. I just rock up and do it. We're on 98. Frizzy, thank you very much, mate. 98. And remember, if you want to have your say on the channel at full time, we've got the free-for-all at 2:30. All it is just a case of grabbing a pair of headphones, plugging it into your device, whether it's a phone, tablet, laptop, desktop, whatever, and then waiting until we bring you in the room, and then you can have your say. The address to go to, by the way, is afcbpodcast.com/take part.
Oh, Jack, nice play.
Nice bit of sexy football from Jack Wilshere there. Frees up
Come on.
Stacey on the right flank. Come on, boys. He's got the overlap from Brooks. Is he going to use him? Yes, he is. Brooks brings it back onto his left foot. What's he going to do here? Comes inside. Oh, played it across the box, but cleared by Brentford. Better, though.
Better. Nice from Jack. That was silky. Robbing Tony, and then just beautiful play.
Yeah, beautiful play. Right, let's see what else we've got Watchalong setup-wise. We've got a few coming in. We've got... Someone's been doing some photoshopping. Steve Hensman's been doing some photoshopping. So what we're going to do here is show Steve Hensman's Watchalong setup. And this is brilliant. Right, I'm going to have to zoom in on this. I'll take away the score. But what we've got here is we've got a mantelpiece. He's got his, he's got his feet up. He's got the TV on. But look at those canvases that he's photoshopped on, Jeff.
I mean that picture of me, that's about 10 years old. I don't know where he's got it from, but I apologise for that.
Absolutely lovely. So there's Tom on the left there on the mantelpiece, Tiggs on the right, and then a couple of canvases either side of the flat screen there. Thing of beauty. I mean, if that was a real setup, then I'd be well chuffed with that.
I'd be very chuffed. I like the flowers, Steve. I think those are a really nice touch. Is it someone's birthday, or is it a celebration of some description there?
Yeah, well.
Or are they in homage to Mr. Tiggs and Tom on the mantelpiece there?
Well, I tell you what. Score out of 10 for that.
8.
8. All right. 8.
I still want to see a 9, though.
Yeah.
There must be one out there.
Come on, lads. We've got Poodle, Brentford fan in. Come on, you bees. Tell you what, you've... First off, I thought you were pretty decent, actually. More clinical, and you could have been a goal up. And even now, you're sort of in our half playing some good football. But we have got the man advantage. We just need to make the most of it. I mean, there's a chance for Brentford now with Tony, but it's not holding up for him. Oh, there's a penalty claim, but no, the referee waves it away.
He was looking for that.
Oh, that's a late one. That's from Tony. No book in there. Sam Davis at the wheel. Tell me, this is where I need Tom Jordan to be singing this. Tell me, how good does it feel? We've got Dawson and Hayward and Tiggs. We've got TJ's playing ratings. He's the bigs. Oh, he's the biz. Love it.
Inspired.
Very much inspired, Aaron Kay. Superb. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Love it. Right, we got a free kick now in Brentford's half. Honestly, you take your eye off the game for 2 seconds and the ball is in a different area of the pitch, Jeff. That's how much this game is ebbing and flowing.
Yeah, and there's a lot of stop-start, a lot of free kicks. It would appear that Brentford have been told to play quite a physical game today. And, stop-start, which obviously does affect our rhythm as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got another setup to show you very, very shortly, but we're going to wait until this free kick. We've got a double bubble here today because we're on a laptop whilst he's watching something else. But oh no, it's not yet. Brentford have got the ball then. Right, let's see this setup. Let's see what we got here, and this has been submitted on Twitter through Latvian Nyren. Cheers, thank you very much for that. It's strongish, but we aren't actually on the screen, Jeff, here, which is
that's right? a bit of a mistake, I'd say. If you want to get a 9, you've got to at least have us on the screen.
Yeah.
And watching Mo Salah on the main screen as well.
Yeah.
No, that's a 7. I'm sorry, can't improve on that.
Must do better. 0-0 at Dean Court. In the last 10 minutes, Bournemouth have had 61% possession, and barring that opportunity where Jack Stacey and Brooks got forward, we haven't looked overly threatening with it, I've got to say. Lerma has just thrown the ball at the back of, who's that? It's like Foss, I think. After a very meaty challenge where it looks like, is that Rico that went down?
It was Force on Rico.
Yeah, but Force is going into the book. But Lerma quite lucky there because he threw the ball in Force's back.
He might get a yellow. He might have got picked up for that.
Oh, I mean, it was just like, yeah, it was nothing. But come on, lads.
There you go.
Yellow. Lerma's got yellow as well. Jeff's on the money as ever. Come on, boys.
Get him off, and get Pirro on.
Well, yeah, I was about to say, I mean, Pearson, Wilshere and Billing in a 3, do you think? Or, oh no, of course, Billing's gone off, hasn't he?
I think he's moved Junior to play that sort of 10 role.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's a bitty game now. It's a bitty game. Lots of free kicks.
And, like I said earlier, this doesn't tell us anything about Brentford, really. Just like it doesn't tell them much about us, does it?
Yeah, you can see they're just trying to get our players booked as well, and we need to just stay calm, not let it get to us. Because this game suits them more than it suits us, this sort of style.
Yeah. What does a draw mean for Watford? Does it mean anything, Jeff?
I think a draw means they're promoted for Watford.
Does it?
Yeah.
Thanks to Kerry, who said over 160 plus watching across all platforms. Hit a like for me and Jeff to get to 150. We would truly appreciate it. If you can, give this video a like, because what it does, it helps the channel grow for free. You don't have to do anything, just hit the like. And also it just helps us get seen. So if people are searching right now for Bournemouth or Brentford, it means our feed is going to be put at the top of the search, which is what we need. Morgan Scott is saying we need Surridge. Would you agree with him, Jeff?
Yeah, I think it worked against Norwich as well, putting that extra man up top. I don't know. It feels to me that we're a bit cagier than we would be if this was a game with more on it. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not sure he's going to make the same sort of brave decisions as he did the other night.
Yeah. Right, Brentford have got a free kick now, quite deep, but I'm sure they're going to whip it into the box. And as Dave Watkins says, yeah, it feels very flat today. We always knew a quiet performance would be due. He's rather it's now than in the playoffs, and that's a very good point, because we can't keep like spinning all our wheels. I've got to say, ball into the box towards the far post, goes out for a goal kick. 70 minutes gone. This game is flying by. Absolutely flying by. 0-0. Not one of our more exciting watch-alongs, Jeff, I've got to say, eh?
No, but we've got to keep positive, Sam, because we've got a 100% record, and that's the important thing. We've got to keep that going today. So come on, boys. Last 20, put it in for us.
I'll tell you what, and this is, I've got a scene from AFCB Sydney that's been submitted, and I am so jealous. They're indoors. They don't have to social distance. This has just been sent in from them now. Lovely photo of all the crew.
It's a great shot.
Yeah, I can see loads of kind of regulars there on Twitter that, playing a bit of pool, watching the Bournemouth game, had their halftime photo. Everyone looking tanned, happy, and loving life. Hopefully those smiles can be improved with a Bournemouth goal very soon. Best wishes, guys. Hope you're doing all well. And thanks for sending in that photo. Hopefully, Jeff, we'll be able to meet indoors soon.
Yeah, that would be great, wouldn't it? I can't wait. I cannot wait. I mean, it's great to be going outside, but I'm really looking forward to...
in. Oh, blimey, over the bar. Steve Cook there, he's not at the best of games, is he?
No.
And that was just a long throw forward that was just, almost pumped over the top. And Steve Cook tried to head it back to Begovic. His connection was awful. And then the on-running striker, was bearing down on Begovic. And he got too good a contact. He sort of like put his laces through it and ended up clearing the south stand, like, well, certainly the first number of rows quite considerably. So it's still 0-0, but it just concerns me that they're still getting these little chances, I've got to say.
Who's the happier coach? I think Brentford have got to be happier after this performance at the moment.
Yeah.
Hey ho. Right, come on, just step it up a bit. Come on.
You know what, Jeff? I think we need a bit of atmosphere to get this. Come on, let's come on. Up the Football League, run away. Come on.
We need a red army, Sam.
Oh, we do.
What we need.
If only Nonny was here. Hopefully we'd get him in for the next show. We hope.
That's what turned it around for us against Norwich, remember?
There's a couple of changes for now. Jensen and Force is off after he just got booked. And Mwembo and Emiliano coming on for Brentford. So,
yeah, they're going to try and get the 0-0, I think, today.
Yeah. Come on, boys. Come on. Right, we're going to put a few Watchalong setups on screen very, very shortly because we've had a few more sent through. Thanks to everyone who has done so. At the bottom of the screen, you can see how to do that. Just tag us at AFCB Podcast on Twitter and we will definitely do that for you. Really appreciate everyone that's got involved today in showing off your living rooms. Much obliged. Right. Come on, boys. It's been a bit of a lifeless second half, but maybe Sam Surridge is the one to change that, Jeff.
Yeah, maybe Sam can shake it up a bit. We definitely need something to lift us. I wonder whether he might just bring him on and rest Dom, just try something a bit different.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope so. Certainly need to do something because I just feel as though, I don't know, it would feel better to have a win against 10 men, and that could, psychologically be like fairly big for him, I've got to say. To have, got a draw with 10 men, with a man fewer, at Dean Court as well, certainly, ahead of the playoffs, which, they'll have to come to our place. That's if we do play them inside, in the semis, of course. I mean, I'd rather just almost play them, at a neutral ground rather than at both Brentford Community Stadium and Dean Court. But we'll see. I mean, are there any teams that you would favour, Jeff, playing in the semis rather than in the final?
My preferred team would be Swansea, just because we were so good against them in the last game. Good save.
Brentford shot from distance, bounced in front of Begovic, and he had to just... It was Emiliano with the shot, and he just parried it out of play for yet another Brentford corner. I mean, he found a pocket of space in the middle of the park there and just took a pot shot from distance. It wasn't that difficult, but I think because it bounced just before him, he felt as though he had to get something on it. And there's a corner now. At 76 minutes gone now. The time that you can see there, because of our Tin Pot stopwatch, it's 1:16, but I'm sure you can work it out, right?
Yeah, Jack's coming off.
Yeah. For Sam Surridge?
Yeah.
4-4-2 then?
4-4-2 it is. Let's see if we can be any more creative now.
Come on, boys. Let's have it. I feel as though most of the game is being played in either our third or the middle third at the moment, but we're not doing much in their third at all. And here they are again, coming through.
Tony.
They're just fine, it's almost like they've got an extra man at the moment. Uh-oh. Goal. Brentford have scored.
Could see it coming.
Brentford have scored, and it was coming, and it's like they're playing with an extra man. That's absolutely dreadful, and people are saying shocking. David said that's been coming. We should have dealt with Tony the first time, really, I've got to say. The ball slipped through, that classic ball that catches us out between full back and centre back, put in Tony, had a shot, Begovic parried into danger, and the ball fell really nicely, and Brentford now have taken the lead. Wow. Oh, Jeff, that's not what we want. And that, that could have even been the first touch for Moemo.
Yeah, we've been poor the second half. We've been really poor. I don't think we've had any shots on target so far in the game.
No Pearson, no win.
And 10 men.
And 10 men. It's, which just shows you that 10 men, we should give ourselves some credit for our performance against Norwich, because, despite the fact that we were playing 10 men, they can show us that, what is possible, despite having a man fewer on the pitch. So there's going to be a lot of gamesmanship, I'm sure, between now and the final whistle, and Tony is doing that right now. Although having an argument with Rico has made him stand back on his feet again. So he's forgotten his injury, and now he's trying to lay into Rico, who's telling him to get up. So maybe Tony wasn't injured in the first place. That's what I'm guessing. My goodness me. Jack said first 10 minutes were good, but besides that, haven't been good enough. Absolutely.
Tony is a frustrating player, isn't he?
Hope we're just getting a bad game out of our system, said Abby. Yeah, I certainly hope so too, Abby. My goodness. That was not good at all. Brentford have the mental edge over us now, said Harry. If we play them in the playoffs, we're doomed. Tony's got booked. Rightly so. But, let's give them credit, Jeff. They hung in there, didn't they?
I mean, this is the way to beat us, I'm afraid. Lots of aggressive play, niggly play, stopping us getting into a rhythm, lots of free kicks, and having some big players up front to win the ball and to be a pain in the backside. And it's not been great for us. I think they've marked Danjuma really well too, actually, going forwards.
Yeah. He certainly got it spot on. And, I think that, Brentford, I do believe, are a team that we will probably face in the final if we do, because I don't think we're going to drop down to 6th. And I think that it's probably them that would get third, certainly over Swansea. I think Brentford are... Brentford and Bournemouth are basically contesting for 3rd and 4th, which means that we would meet at Wembley. And, Lerma looks as though he's being taken
going
off
off.
By the looks of it.
Yeah, Piro's
coming on. Come on, lads. Let's see if we can up this. Come on.
Come on, boys.
Come on, boys. Let's have it. Frustrating one today, Jeff. Really frustrating. There's not been an awful lot to talk about, really, in some ways.
Yeah, I feel that it's been a bit flat. I think Brentford have definitely come with a game plan, and it's worked against us. Maybe the changes haven't helped. We're not playing with that same fluidity, and it's those chances. When we are playing well, that first 15 minutes, we've got to take the chances, and we didn't today, and it's been frustrating as a result. And even since the red card, we've not done enough with the ball. We've just not.
Looking forward to seeing you guys at Wembley. Poodle, it probably is going to happen, mate, by the looks of it. I mean, I think, in many ways, I would prefer to play Brentford in a one-off anyway, Jeff.
I think so.
2 legs, I would worry, but I think against Barnsley and against Swansea, we would be absolutely fine over 2 legs. I honestly think that. Then it just depends, do we turn up when we need to? Anyway, let's see what we can do here. Right flank. Stacey loses it, but David Brooks takes over and goes over, falls over, and Brentford manages
no free kick.
By the looks of it. Yeah, Brentford clear. Oh. Now the players that haven't been on it, it's there's a number of names that we can like really mention today, aren't there? Oh, I tell you what, nearly.
That was better.
Yeah, the curl ball forward set Dom Solanke in on the right. Played it first time, tried to set Surridge in, but the ball was cleared, and it looks like Bournemouth have got what is it? A corner? It's a corner.
Yeah. You wouldn't think we're playing against 10 men. They do seem to have an extra player in defence and midfield still.
Yeah. Right, Brooks, chance to put in the cross again after his corner was poor. Pearson's got the ball. What's he going to do? Plays it across to Rico with the loop ball forward. Brooks again on the right flank. Let's see what you can do with this. A bit better being able to play football in the half. Lobs it to the far post. Oh, no. Cleared by Brentford.
I thought that was coming for Sam there.
Yeah, so did I.
Still, that's much better though. Much better, more controlled. Just being patient, creating the space, getting the ball wide. Come on, Arnie.
He's, they've had his number, haven't they, during this whole game?
They have. They've knocked him really tightly. They've doubled up very well on him.
Right, here we go again. Jack Stacey on the right-hand flank plays it inside to Pearson. They're just playing in this kind of U shape again now, aren't they? They're just like, trying to move forward on each flank, and then they push back into the central spine of the pitch, quite deep, have a foray forward, and then Brentford are just, they're just well drilled. They've got their banks of men at the moment and really struggling. That stat, Jeff, on screen. Brentford 18 attempts, Bournemouth 2. Wow. That paints a picture today, doesn't it?
It's pretty poor, isn't it? I mean, that doesn't tell the whole story because a lot of our good attacking play didn't actually result in shots on goal. That's been the problem. But yeah, that's a bit Tyndall-esque, isn't it? Sort of 2 shots on goal in the game.
Yeah, very much so. Right, the ball's in the Brentford box at the moment. Come on, let's see what we can do with this. Can we just manufacture a shot on goal, eh? It'd be nice if we can. Come on, boys. Let's see what we can do. Frustrating.
It is a bit. It's a bit frustrating. A bit paint dry sort of football. There's not a lot to it. We need something special.
We're trying to break down a team that is basically part of the bus now. Look at them; they're so well organised. We just pumped a ball into the box to see if we can get some kind of, output from it, but we haven't managed to. So let's see what we can do now. It's back to Pearson, who's probably had more touches in this half than many. Oh my God! Dom tries an overhead, didn't quite work. He's got the ball back though to fit there. Poor touch. Oh, mate, I mean, it's just mad. Right. Let's watch. Let's have a look at this watch-along setup here, then, Jeff.
It's a good shirt. It's a good shirt beneath the screen. I like that. Whose is this?
I'll have a look shortly, actually. But yeah, nice to see us in the foreground. And then he's got the mounted TV. He's got the shirt there, and he's got the game on there. In the meantime, Dan Juma's trying to get past Ivan Toney with no success. We might have won a free kick from it. But yeah, that's strong, isn't it? Fairly strong, but no animals or anything like that, Jeff. So
he's going to send Toney off here.
Do you reckon he is?
Yeah, descent.
No. Is it going to be Toney though? No, it's
no,
not.
The other player.
Yeah,
he's got to watch himself, Toney. He's on the yellow too.
Yeah, that's Vitaly Janelt, who's got a booking there. They're picking up a number of bookings at the moment. I mean, Force is on one. He's off the pitch though. Toney's got one. Of course, earlier Jansen was off for 2 yellow cards. In the meantime, Dan Juma won a free kick on the left flank then for AFC Bournemouth. Let's see what we can do with this. Come on. Now would be a bloody good time to get an equaliser, eh? Rico standing behind it.
It certainly would be, and still time to get a second if we can get that equaliser. So come on, let's have some goal threat. Let's have something that makes the keeper make a save. Doesn't clear the first man.
How many times are we going to say that this season, Jeff? How many times?
losing track. And it's not that our players are poor at delivering from set pieces, really, when you think about it. Rico has got a really nice left foot. Junior's got a really good cross on him, except not this season.
Really frustrating. Really frustrating. Thanks to everyone that's watching at the moment. Remember, we're looking for 150 likes if we can. Nice of Julius to come on this channel saying Bournemouth will rot in the Championship. They are going nowhere. You know what? The amount of emojis people use is usually, I find, indirectly, suggests how intelligent they aren't. So it's, there's some kind of reverse correlation there, Julius. But thank you very much for your incredible comment there, and that's why you can type. You're a man who uses your fingers but not your brain. Right. Right. They're showing the Bramo goal again. Should Begovic have done better with that parry?
Maybe. I think the problem was that I've picked on him a lot this season, I feel, but Diego, left back, Ivan Toney's in his channel and he doesn't pick him up. He's just ball watching. And you can't leave Sam Surridge as the player to track back there. That's got to be the left back's got to pick him up there. Sorry if there's any Rico fans out there, but that's the left back's problem.
Right then. The man slowly walking off the pitch. In the meantime, Jeff, we got little Ethan here. And
Happy
have a
birthday,
look at this
Ethan.
cake. An Eddie Howe and Ethan Burney cake. That
Quality.
is beautiful, isn't it?
That's a thing of
Ethan,
beauty.
Thank you very much, Ethan. As Steve Cook launches a long one into the box, headed clear. His throws aren't actually that long, Steve Cook, are they?
No. I don't know why we try the long throw. I mean, we don't have that sort of height either. Oh, dear.
You know what, mate? I mean, in a way...
We've had a good run.
It's quite nice to get that monkey off our back at a time that won't have any relevance. We can still finish third. Brentford haven't got great fixtures. If we're going to lose, why not lose now, eh? I'm not sure it gives them a psychological edge, or does it? I don't know. False sense of security, maybe. Maybe a false sense of security. Maybe it will be just the kick up the backside we need to play better and be more ruthless when we are on top against teams like this. Brentford will be the only team. Oh no, actually Sheffield Wednesday did the double, didn't they? So yeah,
there's two sides now that have done the double over us, and we just haven't been good enough today. They should win, particularly with that 18 shots attempts on goal to only score one is hey ho.
Julius says, "I'm a gambler, not a football fan." When the fun stops, Julius, stop. Hence, you're out of this chat. Bye. See you later. Bloody idiot. Gambler. My God, that's scary. Right. Great cake, said Ethan, said Chris. Hope you had a good birthday. Yeah, happy birthday for when your birthday was, Ethan. I'm not sure. Was it recently? If it was, happy birthday to you, fella. Top man. Appreciate having you on. Oh, dear, Jeff. We were flowing with goals the other day, but now there's just nothing.
Yeah, it's funny. Those team changes, I think, have been more disruptive than we might have expected. It's been depressing to watch this, quite honestly. After the high of Millwall, we were all up for that game because it was so exciting. We were so good.
Yeah. Sam Surridge has got the ball on the left flank then, tries to play in Brooks, but Brentford, I mean, they're just getting so many bodies in the way. They're chucking their bodies on the line. Fair play to them, mate. I mean, they're looking good at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah. Bournemouth player of the match today. Yeah.
That's a difficult one.
Not an easy one.
No. That's a really difficult one. There you can see the amount of minutes we've got left. There's 6 minutes of injury time, so we've got 3.5 to go here. as Brentford are inside our penalty box and the ball's put across there, and looks like we've got a touch on it for a Brentford throw, which I'm sure they'll take their time over. And dearie me,
Still got a few minutes left, Sam.
Yes, still a few minutes left. I would take a draw right now, just like Newcastle would, who've equalised at Anfield against Liverpool. Fair play to them.
Yeah.
Stu Karen says we shouldn't be so disappointed. We're in the playoffs. We need to enjoy the rest of the season for what it is.
Yeah, fair point, Stu.
Someone says that Asmir Begovic deserves man of the match if we are to give it, which, fair point. He kept us in the game early on. We haven't looked threatening whatsoever. We really haven't. It's been one of our poorest shows, I've got to say. Let's see what we can do now.
Who knows, though? It's the playoffs will be different. We'll be absolutely motivated for those games, and I'm sure there's more for Brentford to prove that they can put a number on us today than for us. So yeah, we can be better. We know we can. Can Brentford play better than this? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, a difficult one. I mean, we wouldn't be able to do what they've done today, though, would we? Can we grind out wins like this?
No, I don't think it's our strength. I think I'd like to see us in this game with Kelly playing left back as well. I think we lose an attacking threat with Rico as well. That Danjuma Kelly combination has been really good the last few games.
But do you think that Lloyd Kelly injury's come at a bad time in terms of the fact that when he comes back, he's not going to be as fit?
Well, maybe quite a good time, Sam. Give him a couple of weeks break, because I think we need him fit and firing in the playoffs. And let's face it, we're going to be third, fourth, or fifth. I hope. With the two fixtures we've got left, I think we've got enough to get 6 points against Wickham and against Stoke. So that should see us third or fourth, I think.
Yeah. Thanks to everyone that sent their watch-along setups today. Really appreciate it. Sorry if we've missed yours out. We don't think we have, but we'll be sure to get them on for next time. As there's a minute to go now at Dean Court, and we're trying one last attack. If our run ends now, it's not the end of the world. But Jack Stacey's on the ball, looking like it's cleared for a throw-in, which I'm sure that Steve Cook will launch into the box. No, David Brooks has run over to take it. So let's see what we do here. 35 seconds left. And this is a big win for Brentford, isn't it? This is a big win for them, and it keeps up the pressure. Let's see what we've got here. Oh, chance for David Brooks. Swung it in. And Brentford look as though they're going to see it out nicely. And they could get a second. No, but why do that? When the referee's going to blow his whistle in a minute, isn't it?
There's been a bit more of Brentford wanting it, I think, than us wanting it today.
Yeah. There we go, full time. One of the Brentford players has fallen to his knees.
Really?
So, yeah.
Really?
Oh my God, yeah. Brentford 1, Bournemouth 0 then, full time. The unbeaten record with me and Tom Jordan continues here on Back of the Net. But Jeff,
I'm sorry to let you down, Sam.
Yeah, I'll tell you what though, that was a bad performance today, wasn't it?
Yeah, lots to think about, and I'm sure if we play Brentford again, they're going to try exactly that same game plan against us. If our individuals are not at the peak of their game, and if we don't take chances when they come to us, it's going to be tough. But you know what? That's not a bad result for us. That shows us what a job we've got to do when we do play these guys again. And I think we can raise our game. I think we can be better than this. And I think in a one-off Brentford at Wembley, I don't feel too bad. I think we'll have a decent chance of beating this team.
Yeah, it felt more crap the more the game went on. I've got to say, like we started off, I thought pretty good, but then as time went on, I thought we got poorer and looked less threatening, even though there was a man deficit.
Maybe as well, we didn't quite know how to approach the game. We didn't want to go full throttle. The team selection says that. I think if he plays Brooks from the start, if he plays Pirro from the start, Kelly's injured, so it's not our strongest team. We can be stronger than that. The team that played against Millwall, the team that plays like we did against Millwall, ought to have enough to beat Brentford in a one-off game at Wembley. I'm hoping so. Yeah. Thanks, Sam. Blame Jeff. Good one.
But hats off to Brentford. They managed the game well, as Paul said, and he's right, isn't they? I mean, they did do really well.
Yeah, I mean that's how a number of teams have got results against us this season. Defend deep, defend aggressively, close down the space, don't allow us to play, and make it tough for us from set plays. And they're a big, ugly side. It was a bit like playing that Barnsley game in the second half there for the last 45, wasn't it?
Paul, thank you so much for the super chat. Really generous again. £15 there will still go up. The result done us more of a favour than harm today. Well done, lads. As enjoyed today. Again, that really helps to support the channel. So what you've done there is brilliant. Really appreciate it, mate. Thank you so much. And the colour of that banner matches Jeff's and my attire. You know what, Jeff? I tried to get that top that you've got, but they didn't have any of those left, so I had to go for a polo top.
I got this earlier in the season. I think a lot of the stuff that was in the shop for the sale, it was 3 extra large or 2 extra large, and I know you're trying to put the pounds on Sam with those beers, but they just don't fit, do they?
I'm trying to sneak them in. Jeff, it's been a pleasure today. Sorry it wasn't a pleasure.
Yeah, I'm sorry
for the football that we were watching, but not your fault. Not your fault.
Sorry to be responsible for the defeat today, but hopefully with TJ back, we'll pick up that winning run again.
We will do, and we'll be taking a second look at today's match over the weekend. But next, it's the free-for-all. At the end of this video, it should go straight onto it. Just give me a couple of minutes to get things sorted, and then we'll go straight into it. Thanks for all your support today. But final score today from Dean Court was AFC Bournemouth 0, Brentford 1. Have the cherries.